Building a scale model Springer. Part 5. Making and adding the railings. Please visit losemodelboats.org if you want to see more on these models and more. Springer Model RC pushboats were originally designed to be an off-scale model and typically used for competitive events like racing, water sports and more. Here we look into going one step further by giving the model a scale appearance based on real boats. For this model I am going to fasten the railings to the boat's gunnels by inserting pins that go down into the boat with the other ends up into the railing stanchions. The first step is to drill holes in the gunnels for the stanchion pins. Here, I have previously incorporated the holes in the 3D model which was used to make the gunnels. So, I had to drill the holes deeper into the sides of the hull. By copying and editing the 3D files for the gunnels, I was able to make a template for the stanchion pins. This was done by printing the second file. Now I had a base to start making the railings. Pins were pushed into the templates. These are used to hold the stanchions in place and avoid melting the model's ABS gunnels when soldering the joints. Next was cutting and bending the various pieces of copper tubing and stiffening pins. Here I am using some copper washers for the flanges on the bottoms of the stanchions. Bending the tubing is accomplished by using the 3D printed tube bender tools that I have made. These were described in a previous video. Note the use of an expansion spring over the tubing. This prevents the tubing from distorting while the tube bends are being formed. The .093 diameter tubing had an ID of 1/16 or .062 inch diameter. By drilling holes in the walls of the tubing, pins could be used across joints to add strength to the soldering process. The railing on the real boat scales down to .093 or 3/32 inch OD. This is quite convenient because these boats take a rough beating and this size railing material should endure. Check for alignment and perpendicularity as you proceed. The .093 diameter tubing had an ID of 1/16 or .062 inch diameter. By drilling holes in the walls of the tubing, pins could be used across joints to add strength to the soldering process. Carefully measure and mark points for bending, cutting, and drilling holes the tubing. Here I'm drilling small holes in the wall of the tubing for the alignment and support pins. As it is difficult to drill into the side wall of the tubing, I used small diameter dentist drills in my rotary tool. For many years I used inexpensive soldering pens for my soldering projects. I finally bought a better quality soldering station to do this work. It heats up faster, has better heat control and is lighter and should last a lot longer than the traditional soldering pens. This boat has 5 perimeter railings. Here you can see one of the 2 front corner railings. This old surplus component holding vise is ideal for assembling and soldering model boat railings. This is what the 5 railings look like after soldering the pieces together. The soldered joints still need to be cleaned up before painting. It is frequently helpful to have a drawing of the parts you are making. Here we can see the difference between the real boat in the photo and the drawing. I used mostly needle files and some small files as well as some sandpaper to clean up and smooth the solder joints. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can see that I have installed 4 of the railing sets. Here I am getting ready to do the last railing set. I am placing the 1/16 inch diameter pins down the holes in the gunnels, which also go down into the hull sides. They are cemented in place using super glue. Test fitting the last railing into place. Next, super glue will be used to hold the railing permanently in place. Taking a look at where I am by adding the aft deck plate and basic parts of the superstructure in place. Looking at adding engine sounds as well as a smoke unit. Then it on to the last part of finally finishing this unusual model. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.